Oh, knocked a
You,
Nighthawk.
you can actually give me a countdown, man. You're gonna have to rewind.
Fine, rewinding. We're at 0. So again, spawning up here on the top right-hand side of Fruitland.
You didn't actually give me a countdown again. You're gonna have to rewind.
Just go. You got this. Spawning on the left-hand side, we have Boogermaynz. Holy shit, something's going on out in my kitchen.
If you have to check that out, go ahead. I will cover for you, man. And on the top right here of Fruitland.
I already said
Interesting
this.
map, by the way. You introduced both of them? Come
Yeah,
on.
I did.
We rewound though. That doesn't count. God, I hate you, man.
It's no different than last night.
God damn it, dude! You stole my.
I'm so sorry. You can like cast the rest of the game if you want.
No, it's fine.
I can mute. I can leave it on Nighthawk's view,
no.
and you can.
No, I don't care. It's fine. It's over. You know, I got over it. 30 seconds ago. Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be like that. If you're gonna be like that, we can leave it there.
Good. And who would battle in a land of fruit? What the hell? I don't get it.
I would battle in a land of fruit.
Oh, he apologizes for the caps there.
Don't apologize for that. Just own it. Just own the fruit island. Just own the fruit island.
It's chill, man. It's fruit.
That's.
No big deal.
I like your commentary. Like
I love it when we've got some banter back and forth from the players. You know, especially because it just lets us, as I said last night in our previous cast, and it lets you get a little bit more information about their personality and stuff like that. So, sometimes it gets overboard, but for the most part, very fun stuff. Also, that wall in.
Nighthawk's infamous wall in with the SCV on the outside of the wall. Okay, now he's going back in.
Does not want to risk dying to a 6-pool.
That's right.
Forever Bronze. If Fruitland was a real thing, that's the only place my swarm would do battle. Very interesting opinion there. Because personally, I think this map's a little bit gay.
Hey, you get the hell out of here. You get the hell out of here. This thing is.
Shall I say fruity?
Don't what? No. You just made it worse. You just made it worse. And we actually have 3 racks coming out of Nighthawk here.
Well, and from Boogermaynz, the Roach Warren, just a little bit slower than that of Xenomorph, but we are going to see a Rush regardless. I think it's going to be a 7RR, man. But Nighthawk knows what's going on with that initial scout there. It dies, but he saw that Roach Warren.
Hopefully the sound issues are continuing to fix themselves as time goes on.
It doesn't seem like we've had any complaints over here for the past game. Hopefully it clears up for the next couple series, or the games in this series, excuse me. Unless you want to cast more DKTL tonight, I would be so up for that.
I would love to, but at the same time, there's going to be a girls' night, so a flood of.
Lock yourself in your room and have a boys' night.
Well, dude, like this microphone, you can hear it already. It picks up everything.
I'm sure the stream would love it.
To hear all of the.
Oh my god! Look at these, such barracks from Nighthawk here.
Are you just gonna like 4 racks all in?
Is that the plan here? Give us a little insight to your plan here, Nation 92.
I mean, like, in my experience, this is let's just pump as many Marines as we can, because why not? Marines are a good unit, right? Just so, TA click.
We have the 5th barracks there as well, so...
Holy shit.
But, you know, in this particular case, I'm sorry, Nighthawk, but more Marines, more problems this early in the game. Because we have some roaches here, man, and I'm sorry, but Marines just don't do so well against roaches, especially when you don't have stim pack.
Or combat shield.
That too. And Don Proof says, Blake is still talking, sound problems not fixed. I'm not sure if you mean my talking is not fixed. If you're telling me to shut up, then fuck you. But also, if you mean that I'm stuttering due to the upload speed lag or something like that, I don't know what to tell you, man. We've been dealing with the problem all night. And you see these Marines just getting cleaned up by the roaches. Like I said, Marines are just not what you want to use against roaches this early.
He needed stim.
He needed stim, and he also needed marauders.
No. You're a Terran. You just hit A and win, man. Like, what's the
Apparently
problem?
A doesn't work though. Well, if he can target fire one of the roaches,
Oh.
roach
He's gonna hold. Oh shit, he's gonna hold. Oh god, he's gonna hold. He's gonna hold. Oh god, he's holding.
He needs to target fire the roaches.
Oh my god, oh my god, he's holding. He's holding. He has Marines. He can do it. Wait for it. Wait. Oh my god, wait for it.
He might hold this, but I mean there are just more roaches on the way.
That's okay. He can deal with it.
Like a boss, man.
No, he can deal with it. He's got this. I have confidence in Nation.
And look,
I do.
He's just gonna rebuild the wall.
That's right. He needs to repair. Oh god. He also needs more Marines.
It's a shitty day to be an SCV working for Nighthawk.
That it would.
Unusual.
Okay, but he does manage. Oh no. Why you do this, Nighthawk? Why you do this? Why you cancel?
Oh, because he didn't want to lose the money.
He's got like 900 in the bank, dude. Like money.
This is the proper response. Okay, your roach rush is not working. What do?
Build more Marines.
What? Oh, that's not what you do. See, for those of us or those of the viewers in the stream who have been here since we started, you did see Xenomorph versus Tickle My Elmo. Xenomorph did a roach rush and just kept roach rushing off of one base, even though it didn't work. This is the proper response. You know, you do an initial push, maybe a reinforcement wave. You can't really bust through. You get close, but it doesn't work. So what do? You know, you back off and make a hatchery.
And then you build more Marines.
As Zerg player, no.
Yes.
And that saturation, look at that with the mules and everything. We do see the expansion here from Nighthawk in the bottom of the base. Probably a good choice considering his position. You know, he doesn't want to have that thing out there where there could possibly be roaches. As the spectators, obviously, we see that there are no roaches out there, but still a good call regardless.
Yeah, definitely. Now we do see the tech lab go down for Nighthawk, so we can go ahead and start to get those pivotal upgrades that he needs.
Nation 92, not again with the SCP. For those who don't get the reference, that is actually one of the games from round 1 or 2 or something like that.
I think it was 1. I want to say it was 1.
Oh yeah,
but
it was because the oracles were raping all of the SCVs. Yeah, they were Scott's oracles. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. That was what it was.
Yeah, that was not good.
That was not a good time to be a worker in Nighthawk's army. That was definitely not. And we do see a factory finally coming down and an engineering base, so he's going to be protected from Mutalic. Have we seen?
Upgrades. He's also floating this command center over to the natural base. Also, he needs to put a third SCV into that refinery there.
Maybe he has a plan. Maybe he only wants 5.
I don't know. I do that sometimes. It's usually by accident, though. The spore crawler in the back of Boogermaynz hatchery. Not sure if he expects a drop of some sort.
I think he kind of... I don't know. I feel like that's kind of misplaced. This is like a really big area. Now he does actually have 2 of them, so he's going to have some stuff covered, but that's a large area.
Yeah, and it definitely is something to be concerned about. I know my personal TBSD style is definitely centered around drops. But it's not for everybody. You definitely have to have a decent amount of control to handle that sort of stuff. And the orbital command done for Nighthawk here at the natural.
So Nighthawk on 2 bases now, continuing to work away at that. Now we do have another scan coming out of Nighthawk, and he is going to see that, in fact, the Zerg player hasn't gotten up and floated away, and he has been building lings and roaches this entire time.
Very good things to be scouting for.
That's right. You always want to make sure your Zerg opponent doesn't float away on you, because then it's just awkward.
But then he could just float away with him, you know?
He could, and then we would have a stalemate, and then we'd have other problems.
And I did see a big SCV transfer to the natural of Nighthawk, and 17 workers still remaining on first base, so he was saturated like a boss. Yeah,
and we are actually starting to see some Marauder production. For Nighthawk, he does have 2 tech labs down along with the 3 reactors. Now, if we go ahead and look at the upgrades, Stim has finished, and Conch Shell still has not been started, so that's something that still is to be desired in Nighthawk's play.
You know, if I was in Nighthawk's position, I would be looking for a third.
Oh God, what did I just do? I think I just hit back. I hit back. I'm so sorry. I'm 10 seconds behind.
pause for 10 seconds.
Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're back.
I'm at 3:30
3:30?
or 13:30.
13:30. Well, you went back a lot more than 10 seconds, son.
I'm sorry. We're just gonna go.
You can go with it.
I'll go with it. It's fine. We got this.
I'm paused still, so you can just keep on with the stuff.
I'm at 14. Where are you at?
I'm at 13:56, so it's good enough, right?
Good enough. So we do the wonders of the Hive Mind tech crew. It's awesome.
Exactly.
So we do.
And his little sound guy at this point.
I know we are. We're having all sorts of problems the last couple of days. Now we do have an armory and a starport come down for Nighthawk. Nighthawk going to go ahead and go into the medevac production. We do have Lings and Roaches still the only real units, and a few Hydras added into the mix for Boogermaynz.
As I was saying earlier, I think we really need to see Nighthawk scout for that third base because, while I do like the bunkers to kind of, feel a little bit more secure, if you saw your opponent going for a third, you would know for sure that, at least at this point in time, considering that what we've seen thus far, Boogermaynz has not actually moved out with his army, but usually if they're two basing this long, you would see some aggression there, so maybe it would have been a bad read, but he needs to expand himself and take a third base due to the lack of aggression here and just salvage those bunkers. He doesn't exactly need them at this point, especially with this critical mass of Marines he's got.
Now, he does scan and see that there is no third, so he does know his opponent actually at this point is still on two bases, unless he scans just right in front to see if that third is up front. But I think at this point, Nighthawk has a pretty good idea that his opponent's only on two bases. We're going to have to see how the engagements play out now, if Nighthawk decides to move out and end this, or if it's going to be a little bit longer and more drawn out.
Yeah. Also, Boogermaynz has not been doing a whole lot of scouting of his own. I mean, if he could confirm that his opponent is also on two bases, he would know that he's been focusing on building up a big army too. But both of these players just kind of chilling on two bases for 16, 17 minutes into the game at this point. Really, some banelings getting thrown into the Roach Hydra Ling mix.
See, now I like that a lot, just because banelings are fun to watch. Like, why not? Why not throw banelings?
Not because they're actually good in this composition, but just because they're fun to watch, right?
Well, I mean, like, they're really good in this composition, actually, because you can use the Roaches and the Hydras to keep stuff in front of you, and then if your opponent isn't paying attention, you just baneling the shit out of him.
I feel like he's playing against a Protoss opponent. He threw some Vikings in there for the Kaloxin, right?
That's probably a true statement.
And then when he sees the banelings and Roaches and all that fun
he's going to be like, oh shit, I misread. I forgot my opponent was Zerg.
Wait a damn minute. Vikings are useless.
It's like, shit.
Really,
uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, never mind. Let's watch this engagement here. And the Roaches have a great surround right now, but the rest of the Bio Army getting in there. Stim pack. Or are there going to be any Baneling connections? One,
but two.
The rest of them getting
oh my god.
Before they can make it.
Marine Marauder, very good unit.
And these Marines and Marauders are only at 1-1, while the Roaches and Hydras are also at 2-2. And while we hear lots of Marines dying, this is just so close. Really, I feel like, looks like eventually the Hydras prevail.
Yeah, the Zerg player does come out on top.
And see, the Vikings are now hauling ass out of there, and yeah, they're not gonna live. Holy shit! Did you see that medevac crash land?
Yep, I did. That was pretty amazing.
We aren't in the same replay, so maybe the animation was different for you, but that was really awesome what I just saw there.
And the forces of Boogermaynz just going to continue to push through the front.
At this point, as a Terran player, you kind of, you start to shit yourself because, I can't build units fast enough to deal with this. There's lots of Roaches in this natural. That completely falls. Whereas, maybe not able to deal with this number of Roaches, but as a Protoss player, you have, instant warpins that you can at least use as a last-ditch effort. But yeah, the GG from Nighthawk.
And there we go. Even despite screwing it up in the middle, we managed to finish at the same time. So there we are. Nighthawk down 0-1 in this series.
Definitely interesting fight there. How it was. It all just came down to just one single engagement, and losing that battle cost Nighthawk the game. But I'd say very well done by Boogermaynz, you know, realizing that the Roach Rush was not working and decided not to commit to that and just went for the expansion and took the lead.
Yeah, exactly. That was really well played on his part. And Nation, I think, also realized that building only Marines was possibly a bad idea.
You know, really, if he was just up on his upgrades a little bit faster, that would have turned out a lot differently. Definitely being behind on upgrades there did cost him, because that was a close fight, but eventually, you know, there was a few Hydralisks left, and also the reinforcement wave of roaches was not helpful at all.
Yeah, that was no fun. That was no fun at all. So let's go into game number 2 between these two. This is on Derelict. Is it Derelict Watcher? Oh my god.
Oh shit! I got the wrong replay up. No, canceled. There we go. Yes.
I was gonna say, did you hit the wrong one?
I did. I need to find game 2 between.
Oh goodness.
Nighthawk and Boogermaynz.
Let's just call it as Nation 92.
Nation 92. Let me guess, that's your birth year, man. Right?
Aw, snap. What?
Okay, so Derelict Watcher.
I was gonna say it's Derelict Watcher. Was that what I said? I don't even remember.
Yes, it is.
I said end of convo. What? Nation.
Yeah, that's his birth year.
Nation, why you gotta do this? Why do you gotta do this, buddy? Alright, are you ready, sir?
No, I'm still loading.
Come
You're gonna have to
on.
give me a countdown this time so we don't fuck it up.
I guess I'll give you a countdown. Because we want to be what we call professional.
I'm a business major, man. I'm all about professionalism. Goddamn scientist. Don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, kind of.
When it comes to ecology and stuff like that, right?
No, I'm not an ecologist.
Something like that.
No, not quite. Not quite.
River ecology or some kind of water stuff, right?
No, not even.
Environmental scientist.
There you go.
Okay.
That's closer. That's
Ecology,
closer.
Environment, same thing.
No, not true.
Give me a countdown.
All right, so we are starting in 3, 2, and 1. So spawning up here on the top right-hand side of Derelict Watcher Tournament Edition, we do have our blue Terran player, Nighthawk.
And on the bottom left, as the orange Zerg pieces, Boogermaynz is up 1-0 in the series.
So if you're Nighthawk, what do you do differently in this game?
Well, as we have seen in several games from Nighthawk, he really enjoys that bio play. But if you want to make a bio thing work earlier on, you really need to be a little bit more proactive with what you've got, whether it's dropping the third of your opponent, you know, dropping around to the main. You know, as we saw in that last game, he kind of just sat back on 2 bases and just built up an army. And not to mention, you know, Boogermaynz did do the same kind of thing, and they just kind of duked it out in the middle at the end there. But if you're going to go bio, you definitely need to be on top of your drops.
Yeah, and I think that's almost what Boogermaynz was expecting.
Yeah, with the spore crawlers, right.
After this series, maybe another story about my dog ruining esports.
Do you have any more stories? I mean, it pretty much happens every stream. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you pick a stream and he decides he's gonna ruin it by having to like go outside and pee or something.
Literally, like every time we start, he's got to take a shit. What do you feed that dog, man? Is it some of my coffee?
No, not quite. We don't feed our dog coffee. That would be a bad thing.
Okay.
So we do have the spawning pool going down for Boogermaynz and the wall again coming out of Nighthawk. So Nighthawk going to be uber prepared for any sort of 6 pool. And there's the flood of women. So if you guys can hear that on the stream, I am really sorry.
Oh, something just broke. I heard that.
No, that was the dog jumping off the bed. You're going to have to go for it, buddy. You're going to have to go. I'm going to put it on Nighthawk view for just a second. Give me 1 second. I'm really sorry.
That is just fine. And now it is no longer Ken's dog that is killing esports, but Ken himself. Those wondering who Ken is, obviously, my co-caster Woodhouse. That's not his real name, if you were wondering. Well, so the first gas done for Boogermaynz, as well as that spawning pool on its way. I almost have a feeling like this is just going to be another Roach Rush. You might be able to change it up here. He might go for a quick speed instead, but Actually pumping out a queen there. Almost right on time.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
For the Roach Warren. How did it go, man?
Well, I let the dog out, and there's a bunch of women out in my my living room.
That's the worst thing that could possibly happen during a StarCraft game.
That's right. Forever Bronze, you did ask, and the dog did deliver. He jumped down and made me get up from the game. I'm really... So we do. I don't know if you just said we did see the Roach Warren go down.
Yeah, I was mentioning that due to the gas timing, we were going to see another Roach Rush, and well, I called it.
Wonderful. Holy shit. I'm going to turn my gain down. Hopefully this doesn't kill everything. Can you guys still hear me okay?
I can still hear you. Hopefully the stream can. If not, it'll just balance our sound levels a little more. The second gas for Nighthawk is finished, as well as another barracks going down. You know what? He's actually getting a tech lab. Is he going to go for some Reapers?
I hope so. No, we don't see any Reapers.
It's a Marauder. You know, again, I don't think you actually need that tech lab for the Reapers,
it's a Marine.
as you did in Wings of Liberty, but it would be a lot of fun to see Reaper openings. They're becoming more and more common, especially in TVZ, to keep your opponent contained a little bit earlier on in the game.
Yeah, and at this point, we're just seeing continued Marine production from Nighthawk. And more barracks. Oh no, that's a factory. I got that confused. I'm
maybe
really
we're
sorry.
Gonna see some Widowmaynz. I mean, I definitely like that sort of thing. Typically, I would do barracks, factory, mine into expansion, just to get ahead on the natural base there. But we are gonna see a Roach Rush here from Boogermaynz. We'll be heading over at any minute.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work again because
Go ahead.
Well, then again, there are no Marauders out here, so yeah, this is going to be a little brutal again to try
honestly,
and.
It really depends on if he decides to push in right away or if he's just going to rally up there for a little longer, because we do see our opponent or his opponent Nighthawk on double gas dropping down a reactor. Now, I personally would have, if I had scouted this, of course, thrown out a Widowmaynz, as well as a starport going down. So this is going to be really interesting really quickly.
Now he does decide to stop right outside the natural ramp.
Yeah.
And we have one Marauder on the way for Nighthawk. Now, usually don't you start Marauder production just a little bit earlier to try and counteract anything like this that could come your way?
Typically, I would actually go for Widowmaynz earlier on. Really, it depends on if you scout. If he had actually scouted the Roach Warren coming, yes, Marauders would be a good thing to build earlier, but usually I just completely forgo Marauders unless I see Banelings or early Roaches. And we do see that switch off, Starport getting onto that reactor to produce some medevacs. I think we're going to see like the 8-minute or so drop.
Oh shit, we got Kodwa in the chat now too.
Kodwa is here watching us today. Thank you for showing up. And you know what this is very reminiscent of? Headshot, and the push is coming out from Boogermaynz. All of his lings are falling there. He's focusing on the supply depot, which he does get. But
that was a great defense by Nighthawk, actually trying to get that concave around the ramp, forcing the Roaches to come up. All 300 style, those Marines were like definitely stripping armor off, like trying to like spear people in the face. I mean, like it was wonderful.
You know what would be kind of crazy here is just to pump out a couple Marauders for some at-home defense, load up these medevacs. Oh, it looks that's exactly what he's doing, and he's going to go counterattack. And really, when you've got everything rallied out here, this counterattack could be devastating.
Did you coach him in this? Like, I feel like you had your hand in this.
No, I honestly feel like he was coached by our good old friend Headshot. You have seen this kind of thing happen from him, pretty much every game he ever played.
And for anybody who's curious about that reference, go watch season 1 of the HSL that happened 2 years ago now, roughly.
Roughly about that, definitely. And then the push from Boogermaynz is here again.
God.
Is that going to repair?
Oh god.
He's got one.
Oh shit.
This is not good at all.
No, and those medevacs are all the way across the map, so they are going to be absolutely no help.
Right now, Nighthawk is balls deep in his opponent's base. He just needs to boost the drop and then end the game right there. He needs to base race it. The 9-minute and 30-second base race. Is this going to happen?
I think it is.
He can win, though. He can lift off and leave.
That's right. He just needs to do it now.
And not losing anything yet, taking care of that queen. All of the drones are going to die. More medevacs joining these bio forces here at the main of Boogermaynz. And there he goes. He lifts off and he leaves. And that, my friends, is how it's done. And Forever Bronze, best phrase I've ever heard in my life, balls deep in his opponent's face. You know, it's true. And really, you know, you don't want to base race a Terran. This is, you know, this is not good for Boogermaynz. Nighthawk's army just dealing so much damage, taking care of that spawning pool.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is terrible for Booger. This is terrible, Booger. This is a terrible Booger. Oh my God, why am I trying?
And he just hides all of his SCVs. This game is hilarious, man. And Boogermaynz
Well, I mean,
just come home.
He's got enough here to definitely take out everything that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with Stim Pack, if he had just focused fire on those roaches, make it an even quicker process. Especially with all of these medevacs with energy, there's no way the Booger is going to be able to hold this. Yeah, I really think this is game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This was really well played by Nighthawk, and there it is. Dat Booger, that's right. Dat Booger. So with that, that is game number 2. So Nighthawk manages to tie this series up 1-1. We're at a best of 1. This is gonna be great.
We're gonna move on to game 3.
And this actually will be our last game of the evening.
That it will be. We have 14 people here with us tonight. If that number is even remotely accurate, I don't know. But thanks for joining us tonight, guys. We have one more game for you. Hopefully it's impressive. I'm counting on you to deliver, Nation 92.
I was gonna say, you better not shit the bed on us, Nation. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Flying buildings are so OP in scenarios like this. Nerf Protoss.
I kept reading that in the chat, and I had to refrain from laughing because I was reading them as they were coming up.
Exactly. Nerf everything about Protoss.
Kadwa, you are right. There are always more games, but I think Freaks is taking off to go see a movie, and as you can tell by the nice ambient noise that I'm getting behind me, I have a bunch of people in my house now, so it's probably not going to be conducive.
Not people, women.
That's true, women. We have to clarify that. Not saying if there's any women in the chat that that's a bad thing, but there's a bunch of women in my house, so.
You don't want to offend anybody, no matter what. We got to be politically correct here.
That is true.
Politically correct. Women are not people, okay? Confirmed.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Nerf Protoss.
Okay, are we ready to get this game 3 and Yansu started off?
We are ready. I'm actually loading into that replay right now, and should be ready to go here soon.
Give me a countdown whenever you're ready to go.
I will definitely do that.
Kadwa asks if he can come over.
Can you come over? Kadwa, can you get from Australia? I'm wrong.
Out there. These women show up in your house, man. If I were you, I would never let something like that happen.
Well, let's just put it this way. My wife decided she wanted to have a girls' night. So girls' night consists of her sister, my roommate, my roommate's friend / second roommate, and one of our other friends, and my sister-in-law. So
you know me. My Friday nights never consist of women over at my house.
Forever alone.
Really?
Death Ratters, you're here.
It's never forever alone when I have StarCraft. Okay.
Okay. Is it back now? Okay.
It's here now. Oh no! Oh no! It's not back. We can delay like 15 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna delay for a second. Why am I talking?
Like what? Like this. Oh, Trumpet M. Cool is talking like that. He was making fun of Trumpet, not us. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, like, I'm okay with people making fun of me because why the hell not? But so let's get this game started. Let's make sure, and we
exactly from Omega. Skype does what it wants when it wants.
That is very true.
So because of that, we're not going to be able to fix it. Skype has a mind of its own, so let's get this game started. Give me a countdown, buddy.
All right, so we are going into this last game. 3, 2, and 1. So spawning down here on the bottom left-hand side of Yansu LE, we do have Noctum Nighthawk, who just tied this series up 1-1.
And our orange Zerg pieces up here in the top right of Yansu. I really hope he's not on tilt. Boogermaynz.
Guys, they said if we band together and flip a cop car, they'll do an impromptu ladder chat later.
Oh. Okay, is somebody gonna videotape this Forever Bronze? Come on.
I was gonna say there better be a video up on YouTube of that shit, because I would.
Better deliver. Cast the ladies in front of the room instead. in the front room.
Well, you could. I would definitely be okay casting everyone but my wife. She might get a little cranky at that one. So yeah.
Oh man, you guys are awful.
You guys are awful, but this is amazing. I love this. So, going back into the game, we see the first supply depot from Nighthawk coming out now. Nighthawk looking like he's going to go ahead and do exactly what he's done the last 2 games and barricade himself into his base.
Definitely, man. You know, the reason for this is pretty much, this has been standard since Wings of Liberty. You always want to wall off your front, especially when playing against third, because you don't want to die to a 6 pool. You know, you see those lings and you pretty much shit your pants. So what you got to do is get that second supply depot down there.
So I have to ask after that statement.
What?
I'm sorry.
I shit myself after viewing these lings in my base at 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, but that and then I read Forever Bronze in the chat again. Cop car flips and bursts into flames. This is for you freaks in Woodhouse. Best video ever.
I would be very, very proud of you, Forever Bronze. You were able to rally a group of people and do that for me. I would be most honored.
Yeah, so now we see... God damn it.
This is for you!
I just have this mental...
Flip a motherfucking cop car.
I just have this mental image of, like, 5 or 6 day nights just walking out and just... like the table flipping meme, like, just like that, and the car, like, goes off into the air.
Into the air, like, just spiraling.
So the spawning pool from Boogermaynz and the extractor are both done. We do have a marine out for Nighthawk and double gas out of Nighthawk. So what is he planning?
You know, this really, the only thing I can think of is, the old school Destiny Cloud Fist, or just a rush for a Cloak Banshees or something of the sort. Really that, or he could be looking to drop down a few factories earlier and do some Hellion harass, but honestly, I don't. That's not really the optimal way to do that off of one base. It would be interesting to see here what's going to come out of Boogermaynz. He got the gas, he got the pool, he has no expansion. The Queen's done. Is he going to go for a Roach? Or no? Okay, so he spends all of his gas on the link speed.
Oh, come on! And an expand goes down.
Nice.
So now a second barracks coming out of Nighthawk again. God, I keep wanting to call him Nation 92 just because I know. You
can call him Nation 92.
I'm going to call him Steve.
We're going to call him Steve?
I'm going to call him Steve.
Steve is the gayest damn name. And I'm really sorry if any of you in the chat are named Steve.
So we might actually have to do
You should call him Billie Jean.
So there we go, Billie Jean. Your new name is Billie Jean. We might actually have to highlight the whole thing with the flipping the car. I did enjoy that.
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
That was a lot of fun. So now the expansion for Boogermaynz is about halfway done. Nighthawk going to go ahead and throw down a reactor on this barracks.
So I honestly think that is, it's not for Hellions or Widowmines. That's going to be, the timing there is pretty evident that the starport will be flipped onto that reactor for some early medevacs. But really, he's got a lot of gas income right now. Honestly, at this point, I don't think he needs that much gas. Oh, shit. There, okay, I'm caught up now. Wait, Cadwell has a wife named Steve?
That's why I had to mute my mic.
What the fuck? Is your wife your wife? Like, I think you're a little confused there, man. Or maybe that's just how Australians do it. I don't know.
Oh, the expansion for Boogermaynz is done now, and more Marines continue to flood through for Nighthawk. And a couple medevacs in production.
Dom Bruce says his name is Steve. Well, that's funny considering your Twitch name is literally your full name. Dom Bruce.
Cadwa isn't married.
Oh.
Oh god.
He's lying to us.
I'm just having a fun time reading the chat in this instance. It's like, yeah, there's a game going on here. There's stuff flashing up on the screen, but
Nation 92 is counting, or excuse me, Billie Jean is counting on us to cast this game to the best of our ability. So we need to focus, man.
I don't know if I can focus after the flipping cars and Steve and Cadwa. Like I don't know if I can do it.
Wait. Cadwa says, "Why am I now Australian?" I thought for some reason you lived in Australia or New Zealand or one of those islands. You know what I mean? Apparently he's not Australian.
God damn it!
You lied to me, Woodhouse. I thought he was.
That's right. You better face palm that up. That's pretty terrible. Cadwa, I'm really sorry, buddy. I am really sorry. For some reason, I thought you were. For some reason, I thought you were Australian. You can hate me for the rest of your life. I'm really
so
sorry.
We've got a baneling nest on the way, by the way, as well as a roach warren. Meanwhile, we've got Nighthawk just hanging out on one base right now. You know, this is how you do it. You know, you just chill on one base. You know, fuck the expansion. Mo money, mo problems.
That's right.
You don't need that expansion. What you need is Marines and tanks. And the medevacs for the whole drop.
But why are we building tanks? You told me building tanks was silly.
Not when your opponent's going to make banelings and roaches. If they've got mutalisks, like, you should probably make mines. But, you know, we don't see a spire, so...
No, we don't. In fact, we see a lot of lings in a baneling nest right now. And that's really about it.
Cadwa confirming that he is not gay.
Or Spanish.
It was a joke, man. I'm just kidding, man.
He's an Englisher.
I'm an Englisher. So you live in English?
Nighthawk with the scan, and a couple of spore crawlers going down at the front for Boogermaynz.
Wait, he's English, but he lives in Spain. I really don't know what the fuck's going on right now. I think I have a feling that they're lying to us.
Cadwa with the mind games.
Never gonna take anything he says seriously, especially because of what he did to me in that one game. I will never forgive him for that DT rush.
Aw, Cadwa. Why do you gotta break his
and
trust?
The Doom drop on the left side of the map coming from Nighthawk. I got 2.9 full medevacs.
2.9?
Yeah, something like that. I'm not gonna do the math. We've got one open spot. Somebody do the math for me. Black Ratters is English and lives in England. That's really cool. My mom was born in Oxford. How cool is that, man? We're like twinsies.
Oh, Jesus. So the Doom drop is here. This one medevac, oh god, it needs to get unloaded. It needs to get. Oh, is it gonna make it? He did. He does.
Great
He does.
surround with those
oh my
roaches
god.
there. Oh, nice. And the flood of lings, and I think this drop is gonna get cleaned up. Oh, the mine, it burrows, but there is some detection. It's gonna blow up all of his own units. Oh.
There needs to be an achievement for that.
He saves 3 of the Marines. We have a Billy Jean is one of those Marines.
We need to there needs to be an achievement for that. Blow up your entire army with your own widow mines. Like that needs to be a thing. So freaks, what are your plans for the rest of the night? If they really want a
impromptu ladder chat, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna need at least a 5 or 10 minute break. I gotta get some kind of food. But I mean, you have women in your house, man.
That's true, but I mean, like we can take a small break, like switch the stream over, grab food, and like be back in about 10 minutes.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, somebody said they were coming to take you to a movie, so I mean.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty late. I don't know, in another 2.5 hours, just about. So we have some time to do some extra stuff. You know, really, if we want to do ladder chat, we could. If you want to, you know, I don't know, do another series of DKTL, whatever the chat wants, really.
I prefer to let Zero observe for us because this is what happens when you give me nice things. They go to hell in a handbasket.
Dude, what do you mean? Come on, is DKTL above HSL or something? Come on, man, you gotta remember your roots.
No, I agree, but Zero doesn't have crappy internet and women in his front room.
How do you know he doesn't have women in his front room, man? He could be a player.
He might be. He might also be a pimp. We don't know that.
Pimp Lambda. Ooh, nice Widowmine connection there, taking out a field. Oh, he left the ramp up. No, that's not
oh god.
Oh, but the banelings are stuck behind the bridges. Or are they gonna get in there?
Oh, that's a huge baneling hit.
Wow, all those Marines gonna be taken care of. The tank dies. Oh man. One more tank there, gonna get cleaned up. But actually, this push, yeah, he holds. He needs to back up and put that ramp up right now. Okay, so actually, okay, the Lings are backing up. He lives to die another day.
Die another day.
Not fight another day. Most likely die another day.
So the natural command center are getting morphed to a
planetary.
PF. That's right. We are now on PF watch, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, he's got 900 minerals. He can drop another command center and just make another planetary. Really, at this point, why not? You know, I would be very supportive of that.
I'm liking the Baneling boner coming back up in chat. That's wonderful.
Baneling boner. Oh man. More Banelings being morphed in at the natural for Boogermaynz, and I really want to see Baneling speed. They gotta get
I just want to see like wave upon wave of Banelings. That's really what I want to see here.
I think it would just be one wave and GG pretty much.
That would be fun though.
Though if he actually spent the Banelings on this planetary, that would be pretty fun to watch too, right? What else do we have going on here? More barracks out of Nighthawk. Just, I guess, just gonna keep pumping Marines. And really, why not? But at this point, when he's got all these medevacs, he's got Marines, I would like to see some drops. Kind of keep your opponent all over the map, something like that. And we just see a big push coming out from Boogermaynz, Roaches, Lings, Banelings.
I want to see more Banelings, like an entire line of Banelings.
Ooh, and look, we're going to see an SCV go to drop a bunker there. Ooh, let's see what happens here.
Uh-oh.
Is it going to be done?
Is the Baneling boner going to be sufficed again?
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh, how big of a Baneling boner will you get from this attack?
So on a scale of 1 to huge Baneling boner, how big is this going to be?
Oh no! Oh, one Widowmine connection. All those Lings dying. But everything died.
Oh, that was.
Still Banelings left.
That was beautiful.
And the planetary just getting obliterated.
That was beautiful, guys. That made my night.
Except that wasn't so great for Nation 92, our beloved Terran player here, and he's actually in the chat. And